Hey, everyone, let's break down what just happened. Government spending bill backed by Trump didn't make it through the House of Representatives on Thursday. Now, Congress is in panic mode with no clear plan to avoid a looming government shutdown that could throw a wrench in Christmas travel plans. What this vote really showed was the growing tension within Trump's Republican Party. It's a crack that could become even more obvious next year when they control the White House and both houses of Congress. Trump wanted lawmakers to settle these issues before his January 20 inauguration, but the more conservative members of his party weren't on board. They refused to support a bill that increased spending and opened the door to adding trillions to the already enormous $36 billion debt. But before we get into the details, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. Republican Representative Chip Roy summed up their frustration. He said, "I am sickened by a party that campaigns on fiscal responsibility and then pretends this is okay." Strong words, but they reflect the divide. The bill didn't just fail. It failed hard with a vote of 174 to 235. What's wild is this happened only hours after Republican leaders scrambled to piece it together to meet Trump's demands. And here's the twist. There was actually a bipartisan deal before this, but Trump and Elon Musk, Elon Musk criticized it, and that derailed everything. After the vote, House Speaker Mike Johnson didn't have much of a plan to share. When asked about the next steps, all he said was, "We'll come up with another solution." Time's running out, though. The government runs out of funding at midnight on Friday. And if nothing gets done, we're looking at a partial shutdown. That means things like border security and national parks lose funding, and more than 2 million federal workers could have their paychecks delayed. Plus, the say is warning that holiday travelers might face long airport lines. Trump jumped into the conversation on Truth Social saying Congress needs to either get rid of the debt ceiling or extend it all the way to 2029. Otherwise, he said no deal should be made. The bill itself was pretty similar to an earlier version that Trump and Musk had already criticized. It aimed to fund the government through March, including $100 billion for disaster relief, and temporarily suspended the debt ceiling. But Republican lawmakers removed things like a pay raise for Congress members and new pharmacy rules to try to make the package more appealing. They also added a 2-year suspension of the debt limit, making it easier for Trump to push through major tax cuts he's been promising. Johnson pitched the bill as a way to avoid chaos and set the stage for big spending cuts next year under Trump's leadership, but Democrats weren't buying it. They called it a cover for tax cuts that benefit the ultra-wealthy like Elon Musk. Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries even said during the debate, "How dare you lecture America about fiscal responsibility?" Even if the bill had passed the House, it was unlikely to survive in the Senate, where Democrats hold the majority. Plus, President Biden already made it clear he wasn't supporting it. Now, this isn't just about this one bill. These fights over the debt ceiling have a history of rattling financial markets, because if the U.S. government defaults, it could trigger global economic shocks. Right now, the debt ceiling is suspended under a previous agreement, but that deal technically ends on January 1. Lawmakers likely won't face that issue until spring, though. Meanwhile, Trump's got some ambitious plans if he takes office again, including tax cuts that could reduce government revenue by $8 trillion over 10 years. Without spending cuts to balance it out, the debt will only climb higher. And here's the kicker. Trump's promised not to touch retirement and health benefits for seniors, which make up a massive and growing part of the federal budget. The last time we saw a government shutdown was back in late 2018 and early 2019 during Trump's first term. So this isn't new territory. Now let's talk about Speaker Mike Johnson. He's been in a tough spot since stepping into the role last year after Kevin McCarthy was pushed out. Johnson's had to rely on Democrats to get things done when his own party couldn't agree. But this time, even that strategy didn't work. So here we are. The deadline's ticking closer and the stakes are high. Will Congress figure this out in time to avoid a shutdown? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.